So welcome everybody and thanks for joining us. For the next 10 minutes, we're going to explore the infinite game, accelerating the cycle of innovation. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This really is not a game because network infrastructure for research is very serious business. I mean, we're talking about things like the building blocks of life and the origin of the universe itself. So that kind of pressure would cripple anyone with indecision. It's really hard to choose the right path when you're the ones forging it in the first place. So I'm guessing it can feel like an old text-based adventure game like Zork. Am I right? I saw some smiles on the audience. Cool. So in the world of research and education networks, where you're moving massive amounts of data around the globe, your adventure might feel a bit more like this. Okay, so there's some treasure in here. Let's grab that treasure. All right, now let's get it out of here. Oh, that's not good. Hey, that's not good either. Ooh, what's going on? It looks like we only have one option here, folks, which is, sorry about that. So that's kind of unfortunate. Abandoning treasure is not much of a winning strategy now, is it? So this example is just a game, but in the real world, network constraints can force researchers to drop up to 90% of valuable research data. That is not an exaggeration, and there has to be a better way than that, right? So, of course, transporting massive amounts of data to a data center and then onto researchers around the globe is only one of your challenges, so no pressure there. The fact of the matter is, you're tasked with maintaining an extremely reliable network that can evolve with the growing demands of the end users in your institution. But you're faced with all sorts of things, unprecedented demands. You're faced with, the need to have anytime, anywhere mobile access, all while facing pressure to reduce costs and do more with less. It feels like you're being attacked from all sides, while your resources are limited, and quite frankly, the Red Bull's probably running low. So these are really tough challenges, but sitting still is not an option. You need a way to scale your network without complexity and protect your investment for future needs. So in this case, let's step in and help out who I lovingly refer to as 8-Bit Bob. Let's help him out here. So get him to move on up. Can everybody see that? Up, there we go. Moving them on up to the next level. So other times, you know where you want to innovate, but you're locked in by closed networks that are rigid and inflexible. So what if I told you that you could unlock the network and control it in entirely new ways without going back to your vendor? There really is a way. We're going to get there. But for right now, let's unlock this for 8-Bit Bob. There we go, so we can finally get through to the Grail. So 8-Bit Bob here, he's forged a new path through the game, and lucky for him, we've stepped in when he needed assistance. So it's always easier to achieve your goals when you've got that sidekick, that person who just shows up right when you need them to get you out of the pickle. So on this note, I'd like to introduce you to my counterpart. Dun, da, da, da. Is she coming? Where is she? Where is she? This is Virtual Amanda, and she's going to be appearing from time to time to help us along with this adventure. Now, we're not always going to see her, but we know that she's there. She's a reliable partner, kind of like Brocade. So, while we're not here to tell you the answer to life, the universe, and everything, we'll leave that in your capable hands. We can shed some light on what's further ahead for the network. So let's begin by taking a closer look at the winning components of this strategy for accelerating the cycle of innovation and see just how much games can teach us about how to succeed on this journey. So consider my virtual counterpart here. She's a big Dungeons & Dragons fan, like I'm sure a couple of you are. And why? Well, in a game of D&D, you can enjoy a universe of infinite possibilities with absolutely no limits. So let's start off with this. And when she's a level 1 character, she's barely a match for a few wimpy orcs. I mean, I'm small anyway, but look at this, really? So if we level her up here, let's make her a little bit bigger. There we go. Now she's a dragon-slaying level 9 wizard, capable of wiping out an army of trolls with a single fireball, 2d20 of damage and critical hits. And I'm at a trade show and I really should calm down. So if you're into the magical items, things like her infinite bag of holding means she never leaves valuables behind. That whole 90% number I told you at the beginning, you don't have to worry about losing that data because infinite bag of holding right here. And then, did I mention, if one virtual me is not enough, you can instantly scale up to as many as you need for backup, right? How cool is that? So if you want this sheer performance and lossless, high-performance networking to collaborate on both a campus and a global scale, check out the MLXE core router in these demo pods here. It features wire speed performance for all ports on the system and can handle full 40 and 100 gig flows. You can even have SDN at scale with OpenFlow support for up to 128K flows in hardware. Now for scale-out networking on campus, this demo here showcases the new Brocade ICX 7750 switch and our Hyperedge architecture. It's the first 1040 gig stackable solution to deliver chassis experience for campus aggregation and core. But let's get on to some more fun stuff here with more D&D. So here's another compelling aspect to the game. It's your own universe. You make the rules. Now I get it, I know there are books full of rules, but if you're the dungeon master, you get to make the rules because it's your universe, and even house rules. So maybe in your world, red dragons are friendly and unicorns are evil. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but you get the point, right? So the rule books, they're just a starting point. You can add as many personal elements as you want while retaining your existing game infrastructure. So with software-defined networking, you can create your own rules to refine your network. Brocade's OpenFlow solutions free you from the constraints of traditional networking by giving you a platform for developing and deploying SDN applications today. So to see an example of multi-vendor, multi-layer provisioning and optimization, go to our demo here with Infinera and the ESNet. Now this is one of the oldest variations of poker called 5-card draw. Any poker players in the room? See a few nods? Okay, cool. So the goal, of course, is to build the most robust and valuable hand that you can. We need to deploy a robust network infrastructure that's flexible enough to handle both traditional network protocols and emerging technologies. But as the saying goes, you've got to play the hand that's dealt you. You can't just throw away your existing assets. So for instance, I have here a 2 of clubs, a 5 of spades, and then a pair and a king. Now, I'm not doing magic tricks, that's for somebody else. So I need to get rid of these, but keep these. So it's just like in the networking world, you can't just rip and replace. So where's my dealer? Dealer, I'll take 2 cards. All right, there we go. So what are we close to here, folks? Full house, right? All right, so there's not much I can do with my existing stuff, but I can, thanks to Brocade, reprogram something. So I'm gonna be nice and just reprogram that 9 into a 10. So there we have it, a full house. And the answer lies in the ability to integrate SDN with your existing network infrastructure. So if you want a seamless migration to a flexible and agile software-defined network, check out the Brocade MLXE. It's the first product in the industry to support OpenFlow hybrid port mode. So you can configure OpenFlow on any of the MLXE's ports while concurrently supporting other traditional router features. It also protects your investment through a programmable architecture that lets you change your hardware capabilities and support new SDN technologies and standards with absolutely no forklift upgrade. So you can see it in action along with the Open Daylight controller in Demo Pod 1. Now this time it seems we've stumbled into a pretty massive chess game, and everybody knows that chess is a game of strategy. So where do we go from here? It's an extremely complicated game that requires constantly thinking a few moves ahead, so it would probably help if we could see the whole board, right? So let's do that. Okay, now that's better. So we could try to analyze the position of every single piece, every potential move and outcome. But given there are thousands, even millions of potential sequences, this brute force method really is not a viable option. So then how do we achieve a winning strategy? Well, expert players automatically know what to do next. They distill the scenario into simple patterns that they can intuitively understand. It's kind of Jedi, and it allows them to act quickly and decisively. So in this case, it's the scholar's mate. Can everybody see that? So we automatically know to go checkmate. And there you have it. So if you're looking to simplify the deployment and operation of your campus networks while still supporting ever-changing business needs, check out Brocade's Hyperedge architecture here with the new Brocade ICX 7750 switch and our Build Your Own Campus Transport demo with VCS Fabric technology here and here. So imagine what would happen if you didn't have to wait weeks to transport data to another institution, or even days to transfer it across the internet, by easily moving those large, long-lived flows over a high-performance network designed specifically for your needs. What if I said that you could move 100% of it in half an hour with absolutely no packet loss, none. In a world where every second counts, imagine the speed of innovation if you could suddenly collaborate on the same complete data set with researchers around the globe, not 10%, the complete set. Imagine if you could build customized applications on a programmable network using SDN. That is not a game, folks. That is the reality that you can have with Brocade today.